we say it every year, and they are like hen's teeth, but your creative midfielders, someone who can play out wide as well, is what we'd be looking at. If we had an injury to Amari Patrick now, and if we'd be very reliant on Kieran Morris out wide doing us some work, and Connor Jennings, we seem to be playing in every position at the moment, and um, yeah, I don't think we've settled on where we want him to play at the moment. He seems to be a bit of a utility man, but yeah, it's the injuries are pretty scary, and it's one thing that you can't really have any gaps in is your centre halves, and I've had some centre half injuries. They're pivotal to what you play. We're fortunate Brad Walker's come in and done a really superb job at centre half, and I think this is almost the longest fitness streak we've seen him have since he's been in the club. So long may that continue. But if we had a fully fit squad, we'd have quite a few options. I think we'd still be looking for a bit more creativity. Josh Hawkes and the like are going to be out for looks like months rather than weeks. So some backup resource there would be great. We're not scoring loads of goals as well, so that create. I looked at the stats of what we've got so far in terms of, I think we've had 8 shots all season so far. Of those, 4 on target in 3 games, which is, we're unbeaten. So we're obviously having we're hard to beat, but we're also, it's tough getting a win out there. We're reliant upon set pieces and a bit of aerial dominance by the looks of things. So, but the cover as well, full back. I don't want to be in the same position we were last year, and just trying to get any left back in we possibly could in some ways. So almost I'd like to have a utility player at the round the back, like we used to have. Like Alan Morgan seemed to be able to play in every position, and somebody of his kin on loan would do a job. Wouldn't mind seeing James Norris back from Liverpool, who can cover both sides of the full back positions. But it's what's out there, and I guess one of the likely things is we're going to be looking at an untried player from the Premier League, Championship, and it's always a bit of a gamble. We've got Zach Bradshaw at the moment on loan from Lincoln. I think we've all been pretty impressed with what he's had to show so far, but we're only 2 or 3 injuries away from having we've got a bit of an injury crisis now, but 2 or 3 more injuries without any reinforcements, and we'd look in serious trouble and be putting quite a few square pegs in round holes and not having many options off the bench.
Yeah, that's the concern for me. If there were to be, it's only going to take 2 injuries in one position, and we've seen how they're mounting up already. It's only going to take 2 injuries in one position to really kill Tranmere. They're already struggling going forward. There's already a lack of incisiveness, and the ability to create chances is not what it was last season, because that pace option isn't there. I know Patrick is providing that drive and thrust at the moment, but he needs a bit of support. Norris is out at the moment. Hopefully he won't be out for too long. That's the talk, that he could be back reasonably soon. But it's that attacking area. They've got to address it for me, and just go into the loan market. And I guess the problem with bringing a defender in is that you're probably going to be asking someone to come in and be 3rd or 4th choice, and therefore sit on the bench. And I can see why that's not likely to happen. But with an attacking option, there is very much a gaping hole in the team that someone could fill. And if you can get the right loan player, and it might not happen, but if you can find someone who's going to perform 1 in every 3 or 1 in every 4 games, that's better than what Tranmere have got at the moment. And there must be someone out there with a Premier League or a Championship club whose team is no longer involved in the League Cup, who could, if their asking price is right in terms of wages, come in and offer something between now and Christmas.
Yeah, that's exactly what we really. Someone like a fit Paul Glatzel, or someone of that ilk, and just some options off the bench as well. I think we've had a couple of times this season where you look at the bench and you think we haven't got that extra creativity, and we do need to be. If we get an injury to Mari Patrick, I'm really struggling to see where we're going to be getting any creativity. We've had Luke Norris for 2 or 3 games. He's obviously injured the last couple. Hopefully back soon. We've got Josh Davison. I think we're all hoping to see a bit more from him in terms of his physical prowess. He had a few green shoots yesterday, I think, but we didn't see him on the ball too much. But yeah, like you say, if we can get a player on loan who can just you're 1 and 2, 1 and 3. Just something different that we can potentially have a plan B, bring off the bench. But at the moment, we're not creating as many chances as we would like. And if anyone is to get injured as things currently stand, you're going to be worrying where on earth that's going to come from. We've got, when everyone's fit, we've got quite a lot of central midfield options, but we haven't got too many attacking midfield options. And yes, we're making ourselves hard to beat. We're doing great defensively at the moment, but if you draw 46 games in a season, you're probably going to get relegated. So we're going to need to. We've got to win on Saturday, but you can have the best defense in the world, and you can still concede a 30-yarder. So we do need to get those goals in, and we do need some reinforcements. But yeah, as Nigel's told us, he's looking for that squad of 25. We're at 24 at the moment. So whether one more comes in or if there's any movement in terms of going out, but yeah, it's at the moment it's okay-ish, but you're always very on edge, like the sword of Damocles hanging over you. That doesn't take very much for the glass house to be smashed if you get a couple of injuries. So I'm not going to throw any more cliches in there, but I'll leave it at that. It's we do need some reinforcements in summary.